over under, the spread's like 30.
Do better than Georgia Tech against.
Oh.
There's one more that just popped on.
Good evening, this is John Billups. Could you identify yourself for the, if you're on the phone line, please?
Hey, John, Bill.
Okay, that's Bill. Thanks, Bill. So you got Bill, Matt, and then K1. Okay. Okay, good.
Yeah. Hey, for the record, Nebraska's going to get beat like a drum.
Where?
If I was a coach. Right? Ferris is gonna get fired?
Who? Ferentz get fired? No. Okay. All right. I think we're ready to go. We're going to go live with our meeting here. So, ready? Okay. Welcome to Burlington City Council, meeting number 10, October 19th, 2020, 5:30 p.m. at the Thomas J. Smith Council Chambers in City Hall. Would you please rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Kathleen, roll call when you're ready.
Phillips,
Here.
Kreitzer,
Here.
Graham Murray,
Here.
Maupin,
Here.
Rinker.
Here.
Thank you. Okay, first up is the consent agenda. All matters listed under item 1, consent agenda, having been discussed, are considered to be routine by the City Council and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. On the consent tonight, we have the normals, finances and miscellaneous, minutes of previous meetings, payroll, and city claims. Beer, liquor, wine, and cigarette permits, reports and bonds. We have 3 resolutions. First resolution is approving nuisance abatements for various properties. Number 2 is a resolution approving the final acceptance and release of the retention monies for 2019 Recplex Road Extension Project. Number 3 is a resolution approving the resignation and release agreement. And we're going to set a date for a public hearing for November 2nd, 2020, which is consideration of sale of property locally known as 224 South 8th Street, City of Burlington, Iowa, with conditions. Is there anyone that would like to see any of these items removed from the consent? Council? All right. Can I get a motion, please?
Your Honor, I have a motion to approve all listed under item 1, consent agenda.
Second.
Kathleen, when you're ready.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Aye.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Maupin,
Yes.
Rinker,
Aye.
All right. Consent passes. Would you like to unmute the other gentleman then, Jessica? Next up is a hearing. This is a consideration of sale of property locally known as 1101 South 6th Street, Burlington, City of Burlington, Iowa, with conditions.
City of Burlington, Iowa, with conditions.
Is someone streaming the meeting? It's on the phone?
Streaming the meeting, it's on the phone.
I just muted our mic,
Okay.
but now nobody can hear us. I don't know how to troubleshoot that, if it just started just now.
You want me to move to a different mic, maybe?
It thinks it's speakerphone. Okay, try again.
All right, let's test fire here.
All right, let's test fire here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's right there.
Why go to the Grand Canyon, folks? Anyway.
Grand Canyon, folks. Anyway.
I'm getting bad dreams about this.
He's already muted. I left him muted.
Did we have
Let's-
to where we moved them away from, is that part of it?
I just muted.
No, you were doing it too. Try and mute maybe one of the councilmen.
I just did, and then Robert spoke, and it started.
Okay. What about it to mute the other councilman?
I muted both, everybody.
Really?
Aaron, the other thing is maybe one of us take off, which would be me, but you would be monitoring the Q1.
Okay. Yeah, I got.
Folks, if you're listening and we're just having some feedback issues, unless we're muted.
Try getting done.
Okay, trying now. There we go. So it must have been you, Tislin.
Yeah.
All right, Eric, please give us some information on the property.
It's this property 1101 South 6th, corner of Walnut and South 6th Street. It's one we acquired through the abandoned building program. Just advance, can you advance that? Yes, it's not even right. Sit right. Yep. So it's a two-story home on a corner lot, about 2,900 square feet. It is a smaller lot, 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath. It does need quite a bit of work, siding repair, plumbing, electrical upgrades, drywall, general repairs that we get when we acquire abandoned property that's been left by the previous owner, clean out and interior fixing. Some of the conditions of the sale, similar to all our other sales, a house has to be rehabbed to minimum housing standards prior to occupancy. Or if an adjacent property owner were to acquire it, they could demolish it and attach it to their home. I think we have interested parties that want to rehab it, so that would apply. They could not move into it until it is rehabbed. Licensed plumber and electrician shall inspect and sign off that such items in the property meet or are brought up to code prior to occupancy. Any parking areas shall accommodate 2 vehicles. It does have a parking pad on the south side of the property there. All permits shall be received and codes met for applicable work. Purchaser shall maintain property and yard and hold insurance upon approval of sale by council. Work has to start within 60 days, and for rehab, it has to be substantially completed within 180 days. If they're making progress, we can grant an extension of another 180 days. Failure to meet those timeframes may result in forfeiture of the property and then resale by the council. Quitclaim deeds transferred upon substantial completion of the renovation work. So, is a decent property, I guess, from what we acquire, but does need the general work that most homes require when we acquire them. So, we do have one current bid. Huon Dorsey in the amount of $500.
Okay. All right, and were you here to bid on the building as well, sir?
Is there someone else bidding on it right now that's here?
We have an opening bid of 500, yes, and he is on the phone.
He's on the phone. No, I'm not going to bid on that.
Okay, all right. So we have anybody else on the line that may be interested in the property? Going once? Going twice? Would you unmute Mr. Dorsey?
Huon Dorsey.
Mr. Dorsey, please contact City Hall. Ask for Eric Tislin to make arrangements. Congratulations, this place will make someone a nice home. Thanks.
All right, I'm sorry about that because I couldn't really hear you guys, but I was on the line, but I couldn't really hear you guys.
Okay, we're having some technical
We have his
issues.
contact. We'll get hold of him tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yep.
we'll give you a call tomorrow, Mr. Dorsey, okay?
So we'll give you guys a call tomorrow.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so the property haven't been sold, have it?
To you.
To you, yes, sir. Property's been sold to you for 500, sir.
all right. I'm so sorry, sir. I apologize about that.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much for hanging in there.
All right, thank you.
Okay, so we need to get a motion to close.
Your Honor, I have a motion to close.
Second.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Aye.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Mopin,
I don't think they can hear us.
Mopin,
Bill?
Oh, sorry, I had it on mute. Yes, aye.
Rinker,
Aye.
All right. Resolution, please.
Your Honor, I have a resolution approving the sale of the property locally known as 1101 South Sixth Street, City of Burlington, Iowa, with conditions.
Do you want to do the
Second.
Second.
now we need a motion to amend.
And
Your Honor, I have a motion to amend Exhibit, I can't say that, Exhibit C, there we go, of the resolution approving the sale of property locally known as 1101 South Sixth Street, City of Burlington, Des Moines County, Iowa, that the property be sold to, drum roll, da-da-da-da-da, Kawan Dorsey, 10 Midtown Lane, Burlington, Iowa, in the amount of $500.
Second.
okay, so do we vote on the amended version first? Or,
The motion to amend.
okay, vote on the motion to amend, please.
Phillips,
Kathleen. Aye.
Kreitzer,
Aye.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Mopin,
Aye.
Rinker,
Aye.
Okay, now as amended?
yes. Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Yes.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker,
Aye.
Okay, next up, we have a couple of ordinances. Robert?
Your Honor, I have a motion for preliminary adoption of the second reading of an ordinance amending section 73.04, special speed restrictions of chapter 73, speed regulations of the Burlington Municipal Code.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Nick?
The change to the ordinance, the speed regulation ordinance, since the second reading, we've gone over this before, but it is the change in time around the school zones. It would be amended from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. The reason for the change is the change in the school district schedule due to the COVID-19 alteration of the let-out times. This would be a change that would be in effect until otherwise changed back. However, after talking with the police department, we think that leaving it at 5 p.m. would be satisfactory, but if you want to have that conversation, I think that could be had at a later date once things get back to normal. So, any questions I can answer?
Any questions, council?
No.
Okay.
Keep the kiddos safe.
So, let's, is there a motion to maybe amend this to waive the final reading?
Yeah, Your Honor, I have a motion to amend the motion for preliminary adoption of the second reading of an ordinance amending section 73.04, special speed restrictions of chapter 73, speed regulations of the Burlington Municipal Code to read as follows. For waiver of preliminary consideration and adoption of the second reading and for final adoption of an ordinance amending section 73.04, special speed restrictions of chapter 73, speed regulations of the Burlington Municipal Code.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion on the amendment? Can we get a vote on the amendment, Kathleen?
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Yes.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker,
Aye.
All right, now a vote on the original as amended, please.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker,
Aye.
All right, that carries. Next ordinance, please, Robert.
Your Honor, I have a motion for preliminary adoption of the second reading of an ordinance amending section 123.01, permit required of chapter 123, special events permits of the Burlington Municipal Code.
Second.
Okay, Council, or Eric, sorry.
Again, no changes from the previous reading. This takes out the Burlington Depot interior from requiring a special event permit, and then clarifies a little bit more when a special event is required. It's generally where public is invited to attend an event held on public property. So if they're promoting it for the public to attend outside on public property, then it's considered a special event.
Okay. Council, any questions?
Good.
No, Your Honor, if possible, I'd like to waive the second reading and move on to final adoption of the ordinance.
Okay,
Motion to amend the motion for preliminary adoption of the second reading of an ordinance amending section 123.01, permit required of chapter 123 special events permits of the Burlington Municipal Code to be read as follows. For waiver of preliminary consideration and adoption of the second reading, and for final adoption of an ordinance amending section 123.01, permit required of chapter 123 special events permits of the Burlington Municipal Code.
all right, can I get a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion on the amendment? Can we get a vote on the amendment, please?
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker.
Aye.
Okay, now vote on the original as amended when you're ready, Kathleen.
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, those pass. Next on to resolution. Linda, please.
Yes. Your Honor, I have a resolution approving agreement with Hinson Consulting LLC to assist the city in the search for a new city manager.
Second.
Hi, Jim. Come on up.
Hi. There's a memo in behind the resolution along with summary of the different proposals. The memo is from the mayor in regards to the process. I don't know if you wanted to kind of review that, John?
Yeah, we can. We looked at a few different candidates. Bill and I met with Jim and Stephanie the other day and went through some of the qualifications. We selected Henson Consulting. I don't have the document in front of me, but one of the reasons we selected Henson was their extensive experience in Iowa as far as contacts with city managers and administrators. Several large towns, I think they presented over 12 examples in the last few years where they've helped cities, so that was a contract we were going to recommend. Anything you'd like to add, feel free.
Yeah, I guess that there was quite a bit of discussion. I think, well, any of the firms could do this. The one that I would say, as I talked with you all about this, the one that was the least likely I'd just say would be Mulder. Just they do tend to have a focus more on police chief searches. They do that very well, but really their foray into the city management searches was done with one of our other ones, and I hate it when I can't think of names. Midwest Consultant.
Yes.
Midwest Municipal Consulting.
Yep.
And who am I thinking? Elizabeth Hanson. She did 2 of those with him. And, I mean, she's got a lot of connections within city management profession, but what she lacks is a lot of experience doing these searches. They worked well as a team, but separate. They don't mesh a lot of those things that Hinson and his group do. There's 2 current city managers that are part of that association and 1 former city manager who's been involved in searches for the better part of 15 years. So they have a good group that have a lot of connections within the state, know a lot of the existing city managers who would be potentially candidates to take this position. So, and I think that kind of background is, I mean, I added that to the discussion, and I think that might have weighed a little bit on your recommendation too.
It did. Yeah, I mean, we did discuss each person that put a bid out there. We discussed each one pretty thoroughly. And actually, because of the discussion, I've at least vacillated between a few different ones, but Hinson to me seemed to be the best selection for us at this point in time, so. And I think Bill, if you're listening, I think Bill would agree with that. Just a little delay.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
Only other thing I would say, timeline, I mean, they are all pretty much the same. Trying to work with the council and some community input over the course of the next month or so to put together a booklet. And that sort of a position description and what qualities the community is looking for that they use as part of the information they send out to potential candidates. None of them are looking to have interviews occur before January, and that's really, I mean, just the nature of our timing right now, coming up on Thanksgiving and Christmas. And given interviews occurring probably the latter half of January, you're looking at a potential start date, most likely the end of March or the beginning of April.
Okay, so it's gonna be a while. Once again, Jim, thank you for agreeing to help us get us through the budget period, because it's gonna take us some time. Is there any other discussion? Council, you have any questions?
No, it sounds like you did a thorough job between the three gentlemen on that committee. They have 91 years of experience between the three of them, so that's a lot.
They're old, yes.
All right, can we have a vote on this, Kathleen, please?
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Aye.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker.
Aye.
All right, that brings us to our comments from the audience, and I don't think we have anybody on the phone, right? So next would be anything from staff. Jess? Mr. Fitting? Chief Trexel? Eric? Stephanie? Come back to you, Jim. Chief? Klein? Nick? We always got to get Jim last. So.
Just as a heads up, tomorrow we received, well, we don't, the Iowa DOT receives back the bids for the Tiger Grant work for Jefferson and Main Street. The riverfront work was later in January, so we will see kind of the numbers come in tomorrow, and then that item will try and be in front of you for the next work session council meeting.
Be interested to see how those come in. Yes, Jim?
Just a couple of items. PD building, the former PD building, hopefully have closing occur on Thursday. Most of the documents are ready and they're ready for your signature. We'll wait and see if there's any hiccups in the timing, but that should be closing then, and that will be neat to see. It'll be neater to see that property get cleaned up and something get constructed new on it.
Jim, remind me, when were they talking demo on that? Was spring, right? They're not gonna do it this winter?
I mean, they listed start yet this fall, but I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't tag over into the spring.
Okay.
And another property that gets associated with that, the Tama property that people are anxious on, tentatively, he will be presenting by phone this next work season.
Okay.
Work session. So we'll see if that does follow through. Really hope to have that follow through and the contractor be involved. Only other thing I did want to mention, we're finishing up citywide cleanup this week, and next week we'll begin leaf pickup. So, and for those people who are, there's a reminder, Monday will be the first pickup day. That would be Friday's route, and it's always the day after your trash route is the day that leaves are picked up. Need to use bags. Yard waste bags. Yeah, yard waste bags. That is 5 weeks, with 1 week off in there for Thanksgiving week.
No, it's 7 weeks stretched over 8 weeks.
7 weeks of pickup, stretched over 8 weeks. A week of Thanksgiving, they don't do pickup, but other than that, they get it.
Okay.
We'll see that happening over the next 8 weeks.
Okay.
See, that was that like 5 or 10 minutes faster or slower with me presenting instead of you? But that's all I have.
He's out of control as a contractor, I'm just saying. Okay, well, council, do you have anything? Matt?
I'm good.
Okay, Bill,
I'm good.
Robert,
I'm good.
Linda.
Just a reminder to get out and vote. Your vote is your voice. Saturday is the last day to request an absentee ballot.
Okay, and Jim?
Did want to do a reminder, November 2nd, we're trying to have that meeting occur down at the auditorium and have the public back in person. And
Looking forward to it.
tonight's meeting is just a demonstration. This is a difficult way to have things occur where you have participation be, really
Limited.
good.
Yeah, it'll be great to be back live. Nick, Highway 99, they're gonna start on that. I got a letter on that. Are we, the bridge?
They're gonna start doing some,
They're supposed to start doing some water main type work early
Okay.
part of November.
Okay. I didn't know if in order to head off the fiasco like we had with the DOT, or is there gonna be some signage for any streets that are any trucks that are trying to?
I will talk with Brian Carter and
Okay.
let him know that he should have the contractor. I think there was some hesitation on when the contractor, he would know exactly when
Okay.
they were gonna start.
Okay, well, if you
I'll
check
talk-
into
I'll
that.
talk with him.
Thank you very much for that. Is there anything else before council tonight? Can I get a motion to adjourn, please?
Hey, Your Honor, I have a motion to adjourn.
A second?
Kathleen, when you're ready?
Phillips,
Aye.
Kreitzer,
Yes.
Graham Murray,
Yes, please.
Mopin,
Yes.
Rinker.